Hello and welcome. This is Murdo, South Dakota. I stopped at the Pioneer Auto Auction. Ultimately, as I say in the video, it was a little late when I got here, and I decided that I did not want to pay the 13 bucks entrance fee to only have about an hour and a half. According to the man I spoke with inside, it has 42 buildings. There is all kinds of stuff. There's cars, airplanes, glassware. There's a lot of stuff. Anyway, I would definitely like to, walk through, but I'd like to have more time. I didn't want it to be, I didn't want to be rushed. I really wanted to, be able to go in and maybe have 2 or 3 hours, at least have maybe 2 to 3 hours anyway. That way I can walk, I can go in, I can take my time, I can take pictures, take video, because I'm doing both. I'm taking pictures and I'm doing video, so I definitely want the time to be able to do both video and pictures. When I went, my phone was dead. It was like 5%, and I had to let it charge up, and took a long time. It wasn't charging up. So I went over to the Pilot. I got myself a snack. I waited. It took a while, and even then it didn't fully charge up. It was only at 80% when I got out and did the video around. I did the video around it. There's some old cars outside. There's a campground. There's, a lot of stuff. So I did walk around that area of Murdo and did some video. It turned out to be longer than I wanted it to be. But anyway, that said, let's get on to the video. Okay, I am out here at the Pioneer Auto Show. I am on the back side of the building. I'm parked right across the street from Pilot. I stopped in here earlier to, my phone was completely dead. It was like at 7%, so I realized I couldn't go in then. Anyway, it's 12:50 to get in. It's already almost 6 o'clock. They close at like 7:30. I would only have an hour and a half, and so I had to debate on whether I would actually go into this place or not. That was one of my big things right there. 12:50, and anyway, I stopped there. He told me it's 12:50. I said, okay. My phone needed to charge. I needed a snack. I still don't feel really good. I'm under the weather still. And I decided to come over here to Pilot, get me something to drink. It is now 6 o'clock. So, and now I have to decide, I'm still debating, because it's like 6 o'clock. I'm like, I only have like an hour and a half to go through the auto show for roughly 13 bucks. I mean, I'm not sure about that. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff outside. I'm going to walk around the place first, and then I'll decide whether I want to go in or not, and after that, maybe downtown. And of course, up here is the, I guess what used to be at some point a little garage. I think there's 2 entrances. There's one over here on the side and one at the front. Now, it says entrance right over here for the car. He said that there's a lot of interesting stuff in there. He did tell me that, but I'm still debating, because I still have to debate, because it's 13 bucks for, and I'm only going to be in there for roughly an hour, an hour and a half, which I suppose that's 13 bucks. It's worth it, but I don't know. And I want to get on the road and get to Julesburg, Colorado, and I am a long way, and I'm not even going to make it anywhere close to Julesburg, Colorado today. Anyway, wind's blowing. My scarf is, hopefully not going to blow up in front of my camera. Anyway, here's an old Ford truck, and here's another old Ford truck. The guy said I could take all the pictures inside I wanted, so anyway, it definitely would be one heck of a video, that's for sure. But I mean, I don't You know, I love old cars. That's my thing. There's a lot of other stuff in there too. Like you said, glassware and a lot of other stuff. Anyway, and here's like a really... Apparently this place also houses the old General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard. Apparently that's for sale. It's a 1951 Kaiser 4-door, complete and solid, rust-free. Okay. Here's another one over here. I'm going to take some pictures of these too. Let's just... Here is an old Rambler. My ex-husband said that I think his mother drove an old Rambler. So I'm going to take some pictures in just a second. I used to be that's all I did. I took pictures. I didn't do any video. And now that I've discovered video, well, let's just say I like doing the video. I like, you know, and then I can look back and I know exactly where, you know, where I'm at. And I'm in Murdo. I'm in Murdo, South Dakota. And there's an old International. My ex-husband had one of those too, but I don't know if his was this old. Okay, I'll be back with you guys in a bit. I'm going to take some pictures now. Anyway, here's the first old Ford truck that's right out here at this building. Considering that I like to do pictures and video, I'm going to be hard-pressed for time to do everything I want to do, pictures and video. That's gonna be tough. I'm not sure did I even do a video with this in front? I don't think I did. I don't know. Anyway, I know I did this over here, and of course the little sports car. Did I even do that? I don't know. That's old, an old Fiero. I think I did already, and I did that, and I did the side of that. I don't think I took a picture of that on the side though. And of course, here is this building. Welcome to Big Show Pioneer. Now let's do this out of here. I'm going to walk over there. There's another old car sitting out there, and I'm going to walk down the road just a little bit. And then I'm going to have to go back to Pilot. So here's the back sides of, so I took the pictures, back sides of the vehicles, took the pictures. This is cool. That's really cool. And then of course, the old International. Okay, here's this old car out here at the front. This is interesting how they abbreviate. SODAK. Side, and then here's something else. The big variety show. Welcome to the big show. Let's see. Should have done this from the inside of this place, not the outside, but I don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna have to put this on my list maybe to come back. I'm not going to drive very far, so tomorrow. This is is interesting. And the other side. Then, of course, all the murals up there. And then, of course, this. It was established in 1954. 42 buildings of exhibits. Well, see, that's a lot of buildings to explore. I'd have to get up here early to do that exploring. Not sure I want to go back to the place I was at last night, the Sinclair, but that was a really nice one, so I'll have to decide. Pets on Leash, welcome. And then, of course, there's Welcome to the Big Show. Okay, don't forget the gift shop. Let's see, come in and visit our famous show, Antique Town. And I saw this, and this is not on the advertisement. I saw this advertised on the internet, and this is not online. Dishes and glassware, jukeboxes and player pianos, historical women's fashions, antique pedal cars and games, rocks, gems, and fossils, toy trains. Now the cars, trucks, and didn't know about the airplanes. So that's absolutely interesting. And I'm not sure why there's a bunch of people parked down here. I'm gonna walk. Looks like there's a sidewalk, so I'm gonna walk down this little sidewalk because I saw there's a campground down there with an old truck parked in front and some other interesting stuff. Okay, I'm up here at the American Inn. It says campers register at the American Inn, and then there's this old truck. I'm going to go down there and take a look at that. Alright, here's this old Chevy truck, which I'm going to assume is supposed to be some kind of a little, I don't know, something like a little camping vehicle. It says on the side right here, it's the Redneck Edition, and here's a bunch of stuff hanging on a little line to the tree. Now, I don't know if that's somebody's actual clothing, or they just hung that there for tourist effect, or whatever. Anyway, here's the other side. Oh yeah, I get it. Oh wow. I didn't even realize that. It's the vehicle, and then behind it's like a little, what looks like a little covered wagon. Okay, well that's interesting. So, I'm gonna stop now and take a few photographs. Here you can see the wagon from the front of it, and of course those clothes hanging on this line out here. Okay, I'm down here at the, I guess, where you enter the campground. It says campers register at the American Inn. There's I guess a restroom over there. And besides that, and then there's laundry for the American Inn and RV guests. And wow, looks like if you walk back up here, you can see, oh, I see. He's got, wow. Wow. This is the back side of the Pioneer auto place. And on the back side, there is the buildings. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 buildings from the outside, but that's about it. There's the, I don't know, place to go to the bathroom, and which is crazy. There's like a RV and truck parking there at the end, and then you just, it's kind of like, I guess it probably is blocked. Yeah, it's blocked off with the fence and stuff. But there is the 4 building. I mean, I see 4 of them, but how he comes up with 42, I don't know. But then there's another big building, and then another big, huge building out there at the backside with an Amoco sign up there, and there's an APCO sign. There really is. I mean, I see 4 buildings up at the front, maybe more, but like 6 buildings at least. He said there's 42. I mean, there's no way. There's absolutely no way I could get through that and get my money's worth in an hour. There's the Amoco sign. There's the APCO sign. You can see these big buildings. Yes. It's just, there's no way. There's absolutely no way that I could. Registered guests only. Well, I don't know. It looks like there's a place out there to get air for your car. Anyway, I might come back on some of this. Here's the campground over here. Those people, there were some people they were coming out of the Pioneer Auto Auction house, and they're in a silver, nice silver, like van, like Airstream, really nice. And they registered undoubtedly, and they're over there, and there's actually some more places. And here is, like, I guess there's 2 parts to this campground. There's this part of the campground that's part of the American Inn, and then there's the other part that's up there next to, which appears to actually be across the street from some houses or neighborhood or something to that effect. Anyway, I see someone sitting out. I don't really want to, you know, be videotaping him, or him to think I'm videotaping him. Let's put it that way. I don't want him to think that. Anyway, there's not too many campers here. Some of the campers are up there in the bigger RVs, like the Class A. I saw like 2 or 3 Class A motorhomes up there in that section, and so I think that's where the Class A's and the people in the Airstream, I think they're in a Class B or something to that effect. I mean, because you can actually see the silver one, but probably not on this video. Anyway, there's an old barn out here. So I'm going to head back out to the highway and walk down the road a little further. I saw an old yellow vehicle parked in front of the American Inn. I don't know if that will still be there or not, but if it is, I'm going to definitely photograph it. Okay, at the backside here is an old Ford Galaxy. I think this is like the one that I saw at a car show in Johnson City, Tennessee, except that one was a hardtop convertible. I don't know if this one's a hardtop convertible or not. I don't know if they were all convertibles. I don't know. Absolutely nice old car. Here's the back side. Tag says laying low, and then right next to it is an old truck, an old GMC truck that belongs to the American Inn. That's really cool. And I'm gonna stop here and take some photographs, and here's the steps to go down to where the motorhomes are. Yep, says welcome to Murdo, South Dakota. Okay, and then of course down here are the big RVs that I was talking about. You can see them from up here. That one right there I'm looking at, I think that's a 5th wheel. Anyway, here we go. I'm gonna stop and take some pictures now. This is really cool. And of course here's the front of this old GMC, and the front says Saggy B, whatever that is supposed to be. Okay, here's the old yellow GMC that I was talking about. Of course, here's the side view. The back side. Says it's a Suburban. Oh wow, that's an old GMC Suburban. Wow. Wow's all I gotta say. And of course, now I'm standing out at the sidewalk, or on the sidewalk, taking a little more video. I took a couple more pictures of that old GMC, they call it a GMC Suburban, not a Chevy Suburban. Okay. And then across the street is somebody with another old, wow, oh, it's, yeah, not good. Something else that's old. Okay. Now I'm gonna walk, oh, well, a little bit farther. Oh, and in front of the Sioux Motel is an old, it's not an old T-Bird, it's a newer T-Bird, but you don't see those around very much. At least I don't. And here's a, I won't say this is a tractor, but I'm not sure. So, some kind of farm equipment. And then across the street, let's see if I can zoom in and get a better look. Yep, there's the old T-Bird. Or not an old T-Bird, new enough T-Bird. But this, I like. I'm gonna stop and take a photograph of that. And here is the Rusty Spur Old West Saloon Steakhouse. If I liked steak or eat steak, this would probably be an excellent place to eat. But I don't eat steak. Okay, I'm gonna turn around and head back to my car. I'm not that far, just a little ways around the corner from it. And then I'll probably come to the downtown area and just, I don't know, grab a few photos, a little video of that, and then I'll hit the road. Okay, this is Business Loop 90 and the Pioneer Auto Show, the American Inn, the Sioux Motel, they're all right here on Business Loop 90. I walk around the corner up here and right across the street from the Pilot's where I'm parked. I moved from the Pilot because there was a guy pulled in next to me in a big, I don't know, huge SUV, like a Suburban or something, or Tahoe or something really big. And he was so close he could barely get out of his truck. And I just decided that no, I'm not gonna, well, I was gonna sit there and eat my snack and then come across the street, but I definitely wasn't gonna leave my car parked in the Pilot. And I'm kind of glad, and I said this earlier, I'm glad that I stayed at the Sinclair last night rather than Pilot. I also know that last night I was also thinking about getting a motel, and I pulled into the Sinclair because I needed to get something, a snack, and I pulled my videos together, and by the time I did all that, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and And I pulled in late anyway. By the time I got to Presho, South Dakota, and the Sinclair, where I stopped to get, because I figured it was not a bad place. I figured it'd probably have something that I could eat, you know, sandwiches, that kind of thing. And it did. It had they had really good sandwiches in there. Anyway, so I, of course, and I didn't pull in there till, I don't even know what time it was. It was way after dark. I want to say maybe 11. It's probably close to 11. And then I figured, okay, I'll pull my videos together. Well, it was 11 o'clock. So there were no motels there. There weren't any right there. None that I know of, but I mean, there was nothing right there, just a Sinclair. And then it was 11 o'clock, and I figured, when I stopped to get a motel, and that was my intent yesterday, because I did not feel good yesterday. I actually felt worse the night before, but there was really no place to stay really in Valentine, Nebraska. I'm sure they had motels, but I'm sure they did. I just didn't really. I'm not a fan of. It sounds crazy, but I'm not a fan really, or never have been, of no-name motels either. I generally stay at Comfort Inn or Days Inn or the Hampton or, you know, Holiday Inn, one of those. And I guess I'm just, I don't know, spoiled in that respect. But anyway, you know, when I do stay at a motel, anyway, so it was the night before last. I was actually sicker, but by the time it was late. It was by the time I got back and got out of the bathroom, which took me a little bit of time. It was because, as I said before, I was sick. It was late. And I don't remember what time, probably 11 or something, I don't know. I was very tired. I was just weak. I was very tired, very weak, and I really did not I just was weak and tired, so I went to sleep. Last night, took me longer. Well, I didn't get there till like 11, maybe, or something like that, and it was just, by that point, you know, it's just too late to go in. I'm not going to go into a motel at 11 o'clock. That's just not my, you know, I don't want to do that. 11 o'clock is like too late, because, you know, you're paying for a full night. And if I'm going to go to a motel, I want to get there by about 6, and a lot of times I don't. So that's a lot of reason. A lot of times I end up just pulling into a truck stop or someplace and stopping for the night, and it also depends on how tired I am. So, and anyway, I'm back over here across the street from the Pilot, and I'm going to head back to my car, and I'm not sure if this will be the end of the video or not. When I get to my car and I see how long the video is, I will see. Anyway, there's the Pilot, and there's a Country Mart right across the street, and this is the Murdo exit on I-90. So clearly it's already getting later. It's probably after 6 o'clock now. Got a very late start again today. I still didn't feel I did not feel that good today either. So, but I was able to eat a little more food. I ate some crackers and a granola bar. Still have not eaten my banana. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna get in my car, and depending on the length of the video, I'll either end it or keep going. So I'll either see you guys later in this video or the next video. Okay, I guess this is the site of the Covered Wagon Cafe as well. I noticed when I come in here that it was, well, by the time I got out of the car, it was already closed. Now I am concluding the video. I am going to my next video. My next video is downtown Murdo, South Dakota. like I said, I walked around. I ultimately decided not to pay the 13 bucks entrance fee, not for only an hour or hour and a half. I just did not feel like that was long enough to be able to walk around 42 buildings and look at everything. There's a lot of stuff, cars, glassware, all kinds of stuff. And an hour and a half, I just didn't feel like I would be getting my money's worth to be able to do that. Plus, when I do a lot of pictures and a lot of video, I was only charged up to 80%. And when I do a lot of pictures and a lot of video, sometimes it drops. So it's definitely, it would be, I would much rather come back early in the day, either late morning, early evening. And then if for whatever reason I have to, you know, come back to the car to charge my phone or whatever, I can do that. And then go back in and, you know, and continue to explore and do pictures and video. And the man told me I could take all the pictures I wanted. Anyway, I did take some pictures of the outside, did some video of the outside, but not. Anyway, as I said, my next video, and I said this at the beginning of the video as well, because I'd already, you know, I've already done the video. Anyway, my next video is downtown Murdo, South Dakota, and then I'm going to hit the interstate and head toward Julesburg, Colorado. There was a sign out there on the interstate. I did not quite catch it all. I think that the road is closed, turns to dirt or something. Said find an alternative route. Not sure how that's going to work out. So I'll have to see. And if it turns out to be dirt, or I can't do it on I-90, then I may have to, because I don't know if it was I-90 or it was some other route. Anyway, if that's the case, then I will probably just get off the interstate, do a little exploring, and then just go back to the same place I was last night, because I do not want to, I don't want to be pushing the time limit like I did last night. Last night, I was driving. I opted not to go back to Valentine, Nebraska, because I just did not want to stay another night at the Phillips 66. I did not feel, I'd been there a while. I was not feeling very well. I didn't like it. It was it's extremely hot in Nebraska. And I looked at the weather today, and it appears to be hotter in Nebraska than it is here in South Dakota. So ultimately, and I had no choice. U.S. Highway 83 was blocked, and I had to find another route. I took 44, South Dakota 44 to U.S. Highway 183, and came into Presho instead. And I'm glad I did, because I ended up getting off right there at and went to the Sinclair. So a couple exits up from there. Anyway, so I'm really glad I did, because I like the Sinclair, and I've already been to this Pilot. I don't like it as well. It's kind of crowded. I mean, today when I got up, or you know, or a little bit later in the day, Sinclair was busy too, but it has a very, very large parking lot, a lot of truck parking, a lot of just a lot of parking. It has way more. So, and a very nice store. I mean, it's actually way nicer than a Pilot truck. It is a truck stop, and it is much nicer than Pilot. It's got a coffee place in there. It's got, I think, a restaurant. It's got 2 huge sets of restrooms. It's a nice store. Very nice. Like I think I said last night, 3 refrigerated sections with sandwiches and snacks and fruit and yogurt and things of that nature. So, and that's one of the reasons I stopped at it. I wanted to see if I could find a sandwich or find something. Ultimately I'm glad I did. Anyway, so again, my next video is going to be downtown Murdo, South Dakota, and then heading on to Julesburg, Colorado, and that's going to be a whole other video. I hope everyone has a good week. God bless. Peace. Okay, I am at my last stop of the night, a truck stop, and I'm going to conclude this video. I am very, very tired. I need to run inside the truck stop, get something to drink, maybe find a sandwich. I didn't want to do that, because I didn't want to do that. I just had one last night. Anyway, not really hip on that. But anyway, I'm going to conclude this video. I'm very tired. I'm in Rapid City, South Dakota, and my next stop is going to be the Black Hills. I've changed up my itinerary a bit. The next stop is going to be the Black Hills of South Dakota, then the Badlands National Park, and There's two things in between I'm not sure about. One is 1880 Town. The other is the Pioneer Auto Place. I don't know about that. Those two. Anyway, then Gold Rush Byway, Deadwood, Wild Bill Hickok's burial site. Then Fort Yates, North Dakota, Sitting Bull's monument and grave site, the Native American Scenic Byway. Then after that, I'm not sure. But anyway, so I got about 6 or 7 things lined up. Anyway, I'm very tired. And like I said, I'm at my last stop. Everything's all ready. I just need to get something to eat and watch maybe 1 hour of TV and then go to sleep. So I hope everyone has a good week. It's like a Thursday. I hope everyone has a good week. God bless. Peace.